little bit more. Welcome everyone. So this is where I've left it so far. And this is going to be resin over the top. And remember we put spackling in here last week or Tuesday. All of that white was spackling right on the top, and then we dug out the little holes for all of the bling. And she was working on hers, doing a lot of the outline on the colors, and then the blue. And then this one has the Apoxy Sculpt on it. Welcome everyone. And that product is really cool. If you work in resin, epoxy resin, you'll be familiar with the process because it's actually a two-part sculpting resin, basically. It looks like clay or Play-Doh. It's pretty firm, but you just dig out equal parts in gloved hands and knead them together for 3 minutes. They're two separate colors, and when they're fully kneaded together, there's no variation of color. You'll see one solid color. So it's easy to work with. You have about 3 hours, they say, of working time, but in the very beginning, to me anyway, because I'm not a sculptor, in the very beginning, once it's ready, it's actually not ready. It's so sticky and stuff, hard to work with. I just set it aside for a couple minutes and change my gloves and then get fresh gloves so they don't have that stickiness on them. And then keep working with it a little bit more, and then start molding whatever you want with it. And you can use it like Sculpey. It doesn't have to be oven baked or anything like that. It doesn't have to be sealed, but if you want to put like an octopus and a cradle board and then pour resin over the top, and the octopus was made of Epoxy Sculpt, that's fine. And what's really cool about the Epoxy Sculpt, since it doesn't have to be finished with anything, is that you can have like one of those tentacles or a couple coming out off the side and up the frame of the Epoxy Sculpt. And so then just resin inside the cradle board and then just leave that one that comes out alone, and it would be fine. It'll hang on. You would have to dig this off, sand it off to get it off. So it's very, very sturdy. Pandora's welcome. It is. So this is going to be like just this hideous box, but I am going to give it an idea of some little bling right here. I'm going to add some more Epoxy Sculpt, and then I'm going to put some diamonds, crushed diamond glass in there to give the indication to look inside. There might be a surprise. And then when you do, I kind of like this, which is good because that's the front. And so I've already built some up. And you can just continue to add to it. And when you do, of course it's all nothing right now, but there will be a slab, you know, of sliced agate is what it's going to look like in the inside. It's a special little ring box or trinket box or something. I'm going to use some acrylics. On the sides of these boxes, I will just spray them with this Minwax polyurethane spray. Or, you know, you could paint them, resin it and all that, but for this one, it's going to be this spray, I think. So here's some really nice frosty metallics. They don't have the chunks of glitter, it's just metallic, so that's nice. It's nice. So maybe some orchid and some gray, and I just want to start playing with the colors around this box. And if it doesn't work out, I can always just cover the whole thing and start over, you know. Oh, that's so funny. Aw. Queen, you're beautiful. So I just put some random metallic pink in, which I'm not sure actually works or not, so we'll see. The nice thing is, if you get those colors laid down, then as you're working with your unicorn spit over that, some of those colors will pop back up and make some very interesting flows and color. So it's never a bad thing to add more layers. That's what I think anyway. But you do you. Always do you. So I was talking with Randall. You guys, if you don't follow Randall, Paintings by Randall, I know I got in trouble from some person because I mentioned his name too many times on a live. But let me tell you what, I will mention people's names on a live when I really get to know them, you know, and trust them. Because, you know, it's a platform. You don't know who you're talking to half the time. So, you know, it's always good to err on the side of safety on things like this. But now that I have gotten to know him, he does lives and he does paint in oils. But he has a video he just posted. He has to, I don't know, I think he's working today, but he has to repost it, redo it because it was too dark, he said. But even on the dark one, he showed several of his paintings, and he does a lot of water in his paintings, which that's the thing that stopped me when I was going through, browsing through the lives that everybody was doing. That's how I found him, was he was doing a live, and it was some sort of water. He does water a lot. So anyway, I say all that just to go tell you guys, go check him out if you don't already follow. Good people, and we're all about building an art tribe here of beautiful, loving artists from all over. I got an actual liner if I'm going to blend it out. Oh wow, I'm stuck in my glitter. Artist issues. The struggle is real. I had to order more coins because I just feel like, you know, the ones that gift me, I feel, I know you don't owe anybody, but I feel like whenever I see them, I want to be able to gift them too. And so I had to go buy more coins because the last time I was in with Randall, I was like, I felt cheap. Just a couple roses. I was like, sorry, man. Not that it matters. You know, all of that really doesn't matter, but that's just me. Enhance your actual acrylic colors with the unicorn spit just by blending it in together. Love that. And you don't have to. It's actually, according to the unicorn spit people, your official Facebook group, it's actually made to be diluted, used diluted, which makes sense. But you don't have to. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I just keep going back over everything. I think I'll use some white unicorn spit as well. And just go ahead and try your different mediums with it. You'll find some fabulous, cool colors. See if I can get a blend without getting it too pink. I think I should have gone and looked at Geodes one more time. like this music. It's some Celtic music. I usually listen to the Native American wood flute, bamboo flute. I love that. So I'm trying to marry the sides together in some sort of flow that makes sense. If they turn the box, I want it, that picture to kind of continue in their head. And do the same, likewise the top and the bottom, you know, it has the place where it opens and closes. So I like to try to get the design where it crosses over that line, kind of diagonally, or something to break it up in their head. It just kind of gives it a better flow. You see the whole box instead of, okay, this is the top and the bottom. Just, that's what I do. You do you. But I really do like the way that turned out. So that was fun. So that's the front of the box. And the latch is actually going to go right in the middle of that, sadly, but that's okay. See what else I need to do. And then I think we'll start on that other one. Start working with some Apoxy Sculpt. Okay, trying to bring this purple down as well and around the side of the box. Nothing's a hard, fast rule. That's the beauty. You know, just keep open to whatever. This is what I like anyway, is just to keep myself open to any possibility while I'm painting. It could change totally from a galaxy to trees to whatever, and that's okay. It just turns out so cool when you just let yourself go like that and just let the piece of art become what it wants. Fun. There are times where you have to stand back and actually, you know, evaluate and do something different, but for the most part, I just love letting the art flow. This is fun. Can decide how thick or thin I want that line, but it just keeps getting thicker. Fade it out. I'll add some more purple. Just like there was just so much color from these crystals. By the way, heads up, yesterday or Tuesday I said I got all of these crystals. These are little nail design crystals from Amazon. It came in a little set, little box with all these cool little colors. When I put them into my gel, the color fell off. So not on all of it, just the part that was wet. it just came off. So clearly it's not, it's clear glass that they just painted. So that's not going to be a problem because I added alcohol ink and then I'm just going to resin over it anyway. But I would not buy that again because of that. So just so you know, not real happy with it. However, if it's going to go in the side of Apoxy Sculpt and I don't intend to paint or anything like that, that would be fine. You know, I could just spritz a seal with this Minwax over it and that would be fine. So it's not like I wasted anything or any money, but it's just disappointing. So anyway, I went and found some glass that's green, and it was just too big, so I put it in a bag and chopped it up today. So we'll see. I thought about doing the green around here, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so just a heads up on the nail design things. So I don't know how they will list it where you can know that it's not just painted glass, but it's actually colored glass. And you know, all of the ones that you get in those little containers for the chunks are so big, you know, so I don't know. If anyone knows anywhere you can get some really cool, good sized crushed glass that's actually colored glass, let me know in my DMs, please. Because I love doing these geode boxes. That's not like I'm ever going to stop. I'm not in any hurry. I just want the right product. I mean, you can use it. I used it. It's working, but it's just not what I want. So on this white, I thought what I would do is just resin, put a little bit of resin and white pigment together and just drizzle it onto the white areas that I want. Just what I might do. And then go ahead after it sets and pour some clear. I like to take my time on the geode tops and just play with it. You can get some very cool patterns and looks if you're not in any hurry, just to make a very thin layer of resin and then just paint right on top of that is a very cool look. You just keep doing layers like that. It looks very rocky and very transparent at the same time. So I thought about just taking a break. Mentioned it a couple times to a couple different people. Neither of which said it was a good idea. But taking a break from the lives just because, you know, it's summer and everybody's either hosting someone or going someplace or so. But then I thought, you know, I don't know, you have to be there for the people that aren't doing any of that, you know. They probably need something to do. So it's like, I'm gonna be here anyway. I'll just keep going. So that was the counsel, and that's what I agree. Thank you. All right, so let me get some black unicorn spit. And I just want to fade out the bottom. It just seems so busy. Even for, you know, people have to like glitz to want a geode box, I think. But I don't know. I'm just going to throw some black on it. I also keep the pattern going down under the bottom of the box just for fun. Always like to have a little surprise for people as they're looking at the treasure boxes. It can be something inside, something outside, underneath, but some little surprise. so I think that's pretty much done on that. Sorry guys, I've been, aw, thank you so much. Welcome. Thank you. So yeah, that's looking pretty cool. So I'm just gonna let this sit over wherever. And then it'll dry, and then I'll resin the top. And then we can do something in there. So there's that one. All right, let's go ahead and work on this. I don't know, this one or this one. This one's gonna be painting, this one's, let me just add some Apoxy Sculpt to here in case you guys decide to work with it. It's really very cool. You can get these tubs in smaller versions, which I would recommend because I've had these for a while. It does kind of stink. So, I mean, I wouldn't put my nose right in there, but it's nice to work with any epoxy product in a well-ventilated area. Follow all directions. You know what I mean. So, okay, so there's one. But I would definitely get the smaller tubs because it's starting to get really hard already, and I still have a half a tub each, so you get pretty much the same amounts of part A and part B. Let me show you what the tub looks like again. Sorry it's backwards, guys. I keep trying to fix that. Anyway, so it comes in 2 parts. And see the different colors? So I bought black, so that's what it's going to end up, is black. But you just mix it all together for 3 minutes or until you don't see any color variation. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. Shannon, I need a phone call one of these days. It's been too long. I know everybody's busy. I just put a request. And it just gets stickier and easier as you go. So definitely gloves. At some point when you're working with it, I just take my gloves off because it's a lot less tacky, so much easier to work with. But in the very beginning, you definitely, especially on the kneading part, and then I change my gloves and then do work with it again for a little bit longer. And after that, and to me, I've got maybe an optimal working time is about a half an hour. So it's a lot less than the 3 hours that they say, but I'm not really good at sculpting yet. So I'm very new. So, you know, that's probably why I don't think I can work past 30 minutes. I don't know. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, honey. Okay, so that's good. I don't see any other color. It looks like black Play-Doh. And then you just roll it into a little ball, not real hard or anything, just set it down, let it sit there for a few minutes. Drink. Yeah, this one's gonna be so pretty. I'm excited. Don't know what I'm gonna do on the inside though. The nice thing about these small boxes, these little treasure boxes, is the bottom is pretty deep. So that's good because you resin the top, so that adds weight, and you don't want them flipping when someone opens their little ring box or something. So make sure you do put a good amount of resin in the bottom to counteract that. I think I want to put, because it's not blinged enough, I want to put some silver, little silver in there, but just not a lot, just a little line, I'm thinking, not a chunk. I don't know. All right. Okay, so you get your orientation, which is the front of the box and which is the back. This is the front. Looks like nothing much. Interesting though, the super gray light part is where I sanded it. And the dark is where there hasn't been any sandpaper. And I really kind of like the way that turned out. So that was fun. I did not know that about the Apoxy Sculpt, which is very cool. I also like when people do the art, you know what I'm talking about, where it's all black, but part of it is gloss black and part of it is flat black. It's such a contrast and yet still black. I love that. So thinking about that, I thought I might want to try to make a piece of art using Apoxy Sculpt like that. You know what I mean? Could be fun. All right, so I want a clue on the front that this is not just a hideous box. So I will put some Apoxy Sculpt right on the front bottom. I've already got a little bump here. I have to leave room for my latch. I don't want to cover over that. Did that already once. So I could build it up more or make another spot over here. I think I'll make a spot over here. And you just press it right onto your treasure box, and you do use a lot of pressure for that because you don't want it coming off. And trust me, this will not fall off. It will stay. So if you don't want it somewhere, don't put it on, or make sure it comes off while it's still manageable. You'll have to just sand it. I mean, you can get it off. It's just a pain, which is good. I mean, that's what we want. That's what I want. I want a product that's going to hang on. Okay. So I covered quite a large area with it for now. And again, I want to go over this side, keep that design going around the side of the box, even if it's simply rock bumpiness. I think I'll add some more, make this stick out like it's not square or something right there. It might be fun. Looks like a little foot, something. This could be hideous, or it could be awesome. Or it could be both, depending on what people like. All right, so there's my chunk, right? And now I'm going to take the edge, before I put my crystals in, I want to take the edge and just blend it right, smush it right down in to the treasure box wood. I want that edge to be just feathered right into the wood. Of course, that again is your matter of preference. So whatever floats your boat. That's an old saying. I'm gonna do the same on this side. Feather it down a little bit, not all the way, just some. And remember, if you're doing your treasure boxes and you're planning on doing resin, because if you've used spackling, you want to use resin. So make sure, run your finger around the edge like this. Make sure your tape is going to set nice and flat while you're still working on it. And if you find a part that it doesn't, then just the back of a razor knife, usually just running it along the sides like this, will knock anything off that might hinder a nice good seal with that frog tape. So So that's something you really want to check while everything's wet. I have purple and blue fingers. Oh, I've done the same thing, Shannon. I wear gloves the whole time through, and then at the very end, I'm like, oh wait, you know, and start my outfit. Whoosh. Anyway, start getting carried away, and there it goes. Fingers are dyed. All right, so I want to put some crystals in. So I've got just these clear glass called diamond dust, and they're very, very tiny. So let me start with that first and see if I can get anything in there that's going to show up. What I think I want to do is just kind of make a divot. No, I don't, because I don't want to put glue in it. I just want the crystals themselves. This may or may not work. Let me just see. It will adhere to these crystals, or the crystals will be stuck in there at the end. They will not be coming out. Just so you know, you don't have to resin over it. If a crystal is in there, it's not going anywhere. The ones on the edges might, you know, so just run something across, make sure that everything is flat where it's not going to cut anybody. It's kind of cool because it's totally clear, so I'm just getting some sparkle whenever the light hits it in the right way, so that's neat. I'll show you in 1 second. I'm just playing in my Apoxy Sculpt. Aww, thank you for my flowers. Randall, welcome. Thank you so much. Those are beautiful. I was talking about you earlier. All good. Okay, so knock anything that's not hanging on off. I don't know, can you see any crystals? There they are. Isn't that pretty? And they are in there for life. So that's cool. That'll just give somebody an idea. Maybe they should open up this ugly thing because it might be something very cool inside. That's what I'm thinking. Trying to get my orientation, make sure it's right, but there it is. All right. So the problem I have right here is I have built this up really big, and then that is also built up. So it's really kind of rather lopsided. I'm not sure that bothers me yet. I need to look at it. It bothers me a little. I think I want to build this up a little. And then I'll put a little pocket of those crystals in there as well, so it has something pretty. Oh. No, it was all good. I love the video that you made of several of your paintings, your recent ones. I know you said it was too dark, you had to redo it, but it really was beautiful. Features so many spectacular paintings in one video. Very smart. Make sure that when you are adding some bulk on the top or someplace that it's not going to interfere with opening and closing your treasure box. I really enjoy working with the Apoxy Sculpt for these Geode boxes. It's fun, both the Spackling and the Apoxy Sculpt, but the Apoxy Sculpt because you can really make it look like a rock. Very cool. I imagine, I mean, I've seen people use Spackling and make things out of it on their walls. I would love to do that. Big old murals. I have a little tiny one in my bathroom of course, a lighthouse. And some birds on the wall with Spackling that I made. Spackling. I think it was this kind. But it was fun. I just left it all white. Looks pretty. Very beachy. Just trying to blend that in to what I had previously had on there. And then I'm going to add some crystals onto this as well. My sidekick, I think the last time I saw her, she was on the couch. I woke her up though because she said she still wanted to do it, but I didn't think it was likely. Yeah, that's cool. I'm just pushing it in there so much so I know it won't come out. That every little piece has something to hang on to, some sort. All right, let's check it out. Yes, I like that much better as far as the balance wise. See what I mean? Yeah, that's gonna be cool. So then we get to do pow, bling in there. I love it. Okay, cool. So that's neat. All right. So let's go ahead and just do this one now, right fast, before we take off. I don't know if I have anything to make. I don't want to waste it. And once you blend it, you have to use it. The Apoxy Sculpt is what I'm talking about. My hair keeps falling. Look, someone help me. I need a safety pin or a safety pin. Bobby pin, something. Anyway. Thank you, this and that. Welcome. It's one of those days. Yeah, it's turning out really pretty. This one is turning out really cool too. So, and that's the Spackling one. I mean, that's why I got 12 of these boxes, because I knew I was going to want to keep going with this geode, and it's so fun. It just takes a while, you know. It's a process like most everything else. But it's a happy little process. Thank you. You like that purple one, Randall? Yeah, I like that. I gotta do something. Welcome. Hey. Oh, come on in. There's your chair.
It's a little rough, but it's fine.
Yeah, Randall was asking where his partner was. All right, so check it out. I've been working. Isn't that cool?
That looks gorgeous. It looks like an amethyst geode.
Thank you. So, but it was hideous this morning. It was all goopy and everything, so I just started painting on it. So here's your, let me scoot you. Come on in, sis. This is Marissa. She was here with me painting Tuesday as well. My granddaughter. See the sparkly glass?
Oh, that's pretty.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, oh, pretty. White and gold would be pretty, or
In geode boxes.
absolutely. So I'm just making little ridges. I'm just going with different colors of beige and brown, trying to make it look more rock-like. I've been ignoring all of you people. I apologize. Look, fix my hair.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, look, I've got this thing hanging off the side. I just keep tossing it back and forth. And it's one of those days. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
No, they're used to me. It's fine.
I think it looks cute.
Oh, thanks, Ox. And these same kind of colors. Mostly white, I think. So I'm gonna get my gloves on, and then because I want it mostly white, I'm gonna use a heavy body white to cover a good coverage on the wood. I'm running out of room. Do you need something you can't see or find? Because I can help you.
No. Just thinking about how I'm gonna make this work.
Doing a lighthouse.
A lighthouse.
Hey, welcome. Yeah, we're just hanging out doing treasure boxes, the Geode kind. This is the one we're almost happy with. Anyway, so this is going to be getting its resin pretty soon. And this is the one we left kind of mysteriously hideous with the Apoxy Sculpt is what we used. But it does have some hint of shine there and on the top. And then on the inside it'll be sliced agate looking thing. And this is the one we just started working on here. So this is fun. We're just having a good time. Right? Gorgeous. They're so fun. Okay, so I want a heavy body white. Ooh, heavy body black. No. Time to reorder. So heavy it doesn't want to. Okay. Really love this. If you don't have any heavy body acrylics, excuse the mess, but you can tell it's been well loved and well used. Anyway, the Liquitex heavy body acrylics are fabulous. I use them like when I want to put a nice crisp waterline, or you know, like on the top for foam on the ocean or whatever, because it's thick, heavy body where the other colors won't bleed through. So you get a crisp white. And then I use it for other things like that, with something you want full coverage. Welcome, Abstract. How you doing?
I'm going for like a cloudy kind of
Ooh.
thing.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. I need a different brush. Oop, I had gray in it. Oh, jumped the devil. Mom used to say that all the time. I never did know that. Why?
Jump the devil.
Yeah, up jumped the devil. I was like, well, that's not good. Where you come from?
Why are you jumping?
What happened? So, just like the other treasure boxes, if you're getting into making them, trying to remember to come up over the natural where it opens and closes that line so that it breaks that up and makes the image cover over that. Also to try and come around where it marries the design from the side to the next section are things that I like to focus on just to make it look like a more cohesive piece instead of a lid with different sides. And so that's what I'm working on right now, is just taking some of that brown and bringing it down over the edge. Hey Cookie. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. Let me show you right fast what stage we're at. We'll still be doing these on Tuesday, our Geode box. We have nothing on the inside yet. So, but it's gonna be a party one. And then this one is our little ugly box with the Apoxy Sculpt, but we have little pockets of crystals to make people curious enough to open them up, and it'll be a sliced agate in the top and the bottom.